Hello and welcome back to another episode, and 61% of you agree with the octopus. You actually want this brand new reseller brought to their knees and probably fed to the lions by the sounds of it. But before we go into that, I might look a bit special today, more special than I normally do. There's a little green light, and if you do have an iPhone, that's probably the same with Android as well. Turn it into video mode, turn it into landscape mode, and look at your top left, and it'll actually be a little green light. When you're actually recording videos, that's what you're supposed to look at. I'm notorious for looking at my reflection in the camera, so I look a bit special. I'm trying to give you eye contact, trying to make you feel more loved and more embraced, and all these different things. Uncle Wayno picked me up on it. I didn't even know the green dot existed. So what I've done is this little green dot, and if you have checked it out just then, you'll notice it's really minuscule. So what I've done is actually got a little water balloon. I won't say anything about that. And put it in the top right of the camera. So what I'm doing is I'm actually talking to the water balloon, and hopefully one day I'll actually remember about the green dot. But going back to the Instagram poll, which is probably around here, what's happened is actually I picked up some Skylanders off eBay. It was a bulk listing. Kayfan, one of our beloved commenters that's always in the comment section, so it's fantastic. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, please leave a comment, please share the video, like it, and all those different things. And I do have one more question for you after this one as well. So, Kayfan did say, hey, look, she sent me a message and said, hey, look, people are notorious for doing this on Depop as well. What people are doing is they're incredibly lazy. They're taking a photo, in this case, of a bunch of Skylanders. For all intensive purposes, this is what's left. There's two little tubs left from the ones I'd done yesterday, so they're all being processed. It'd be me taking a very, very, very bad photo of that and listing it for $5. So what this person did is they actually took a box, and if I remember, I'll put a picture up somewhere, of the Skylanders for $5 plus $8 postage. They were pretty ordinary Skylanders, let's face it. So, like I said, the $1.99 ones, a couple of like Ghost Roaster, which is about $20 plus post. So I thought I was into a bargain. Lo and behold, I think I bought that either this morning or last night, not too sure. The sellers actually reached out to me and said, hey, look, and this is the purpose of the poll. So, I've actually screwed up the listing. It's actually supposed to be $5 per Skylander. Let me know which one you want, or request to cancel. And it's like, well, no, I want the box of Skylanders for $5. To be brutally honest, I was only being a prick. I would have been happy to say, if you had written to me and said, hey, look, I'm trying to do a variation listing, I screwed something up, I'm trying to do them for $5 each. Do you mind if I cancel the order? I would have said yes. However, because he told me to request to cancel it, this guy has no feedback. He's got one feedback, and that's from as a buyer. His account's from 2022, so very intermittent eBay user, probably jumped on the Skylander train, possibly for me, I'm not too sure. Everyone flings stuff at me in regards to Skylanders and letting the cat out of the bag. If you do watch, do better. But we start somewhere, right? However, when you take a photo of a box and you list it for $5, that is on you. That's my stance. And let me know in the comment section. So what I did is I put the poll on Instagram when he told me to request to cancel it. I was going to give him till 5 o'clock tonight, which is I normally film these videos on the day of, around about 5 p.m. and give him to 5 p.m. to give the Instagram poll a chance to play out and see what they do. And 61% at the time I took the photo did say, completely own him. Unleash the octopus and all these different things. Would have been around about midday. I got a cancellation notice from eBay saying that your order's been cancelled, you got a full refund of $13.68, whatever it was. And the reason for cancellation is there's something wrong with your address. So I was already irked that this guy's told me to request to cancel. He's obviously watching reseller content or engaging in reselling content in some capacity, because he knows to cancel it with issue with buyer's address. And I have said before, if you do cancel an order with buyer's address, the buyer cannot leave feedback. I would not advise for it, because obviously if someone kicks up a stink, that could obviously come back through eBay and give you a defect, give you a strike. I'm not too sure what's going from that way, and I will progress to that part of the story. So no contact. I would have been more than happy to say, hey, look, if he reached out and said, hey mate, I just really need an answer. If I haven't heard anything in the next half an hour, I'm going to cancel it. They would have prompted me to respond. I probably would have said, look, hey mate, in future, just be very mindful of what you do. Watch my YouTube channel. Then we'll call it a day if you subscribe. But because he annoyed me with cancelling because there's an issue with my address, I thought I would actually jump on eBay chat. And so I put my little Karen wig on, and hopefully I haven't upset too many people. And I asked the eBay representative, I asked Archie, I said, look, hey, I've just had an order come through. I didn't put any order details through, quite stupidly. And, this is why, don't do things when you're angry. So I said I had an order come through as a buyer, and the seller cancelled it for issue with delivery address. Can you please advise me what eBay's policy is in respect to this? Because as sellers, or if you're a buyer as well, you're entering into a legal contract. And in the very early days of eBay, when I used to sell on 2003, 2004, there was before you actually clicked on commit to buy, there was a big spiel saying you are entering into a legally binding contract, blah, 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 like really legalese and really cranky sounding, all these different things. And I really wish they bring it back. But on the flip side is that a seller, you're engaging into a contract as well. Archie said, look, I've just brought up your sales, I brought up your history and I can see it's from, the seller's name. Is this the transaction you're talking about? And I'm like, no. I'm not talking about a transaction. I'm trying to talk about a generalist thing. I didn't tell him, I want to tell people on YouTube, what's eBay's consequences if you get found out for cancelling orders? So Archie's basically told me, long story short, no, it's not acceptable. I found the order you're talking about. What's your address? And I've already dug myself too far into the hole at this stage. So I gave him my mailing address, and Archie, being Archie, was quite saying, hey, look, no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your address. I'm going to escalate it to our problems team or something. I can't remember what the wording he was using to have a defect put on this person's account. So if you are that person, I'd like to say I'm sorry, but I'm probably not. You could have resolved this with a bit of customer service, and I have a bit of customer service background, hence why that. And I do appreciate that. Not everyone knows how to deal with customers or deal with people. However, get ChatGPT to write you a statement. Say, hey, look, write to the buyer a cancellation letter that has emotion and empathy, and go from that. Just copy and paste. I wouldn't even care. But when you force it onto the buyer for your stuff up, that infuriates me. And obviously infuriates a lot of people with a 61% in the Instagram post. But you need to be very mindful. This comes down to stock taking. This comes down to photos. And throwing back to K-Farm, what she said a bit earlier, is that it's rampant on Depop. And I have seen it previously myself, where someone will take a photo of a whole bunch of books like this. Then you read the listing, and it'll be like $5 each or $10 each. And I was like, well, no, that's a variation listing. If you want to create a variation listing, create a variation listing. I created a variation listing for the Star Wars books you can see there. I should have done one for the Warhammer books, but the reason why I didn't for is because they're close to $1 each. So there is reasons to use variation listings and reasons not to use variation listings. These Star Wars books are a prime example to use variation listings because they're about 250 grams a book. The Skylanders are another reason to use variation listings because we're at 50 grams up to 200 grams. Don't be lazy with your listings, and I know a lot of people that watch this, are seasoned resellers, or they've been doing it for quite a long time. And Adam, if you're watching Adam, I'm watching you, buddy. But if you are a new reseller, if you've stumbled across this channel, regardless of whether you are, like if you're in Australia or otherwise, don't be lazy with your photos. And this is another question for you as well. So I've got two more. I've got one more coming. You'll have to wait to the end of the video for the other comment. Do you think, like today they basically said that eBay and Facebook Marketplace are teaming up. I watched Tech and Sports video about it earlier. I don't think anyone watched it. I only watched part of it because I was watching the Reseller Clickbait podcast. New Year's episode. They're only about 8-9 days late. But what they're getting excited. They're basically saying that eBay is going to start advertising on Facebook Marketplace. So when you're scrolling through, you might start seeing eBay listings come up. I'm not too sure how it's going to work or the intricacies of it yet. However, when people are getting excited and all these different things, I think that's going to be the off-site ads. So when you actually have to go in your promotions tab and like your off-site ads and you have to pay a daily rate and all these different things, That's the Facebook Marketplace. I don't think that they're going to do it for free, or they may even add another Facebook Marketplace promotion tab. So, if you want your items listed on Facebook Marketplace, you've got another promotion. So you've got standard, you've got advanced, you've got off-site. Now you've actually got Facebook Marketplace as well. That's my prediction. That's how I think it's going to play out. I've said it here first. I haven't watched anyone else's video today, but that's my general vibe of what's going to happen. So theoretically, at the very, very worst case scenario, at the best case scenario, it's going to get swept into the off-site ads. At the very, very worst, and I think this is the way it's going to play out, is that they're going to have another tab because they're running out of promotion options. They're pushing it up further. I would be quite surprised if they don't have a grace period. They're trying to get people excited, saying, "Hey, look, they might say, here's a coupon for $50 worth of free Facebook Market ads or something along the lines of that. You use it, you get hooked on it, then you go from that way." Well, the Facebook Marketplace generation, I'm finding that people, going back to this DS, he wanted $200. I mistook it for $200 for everything. It was $200 for the DS. Then he wanted $80 for the game. Then he wanted $80 for another game. He wanted $70. Ludicrous pricing, right? This is rampant on Facebook Marketplace, and I do think if Facebook and eBay incorporate themselves a little bit, I don't know how it's going to incorporate. I don't know if they're running ads in Facebook Marketplace, or it's something similar to when Gumtree got taken over by eBay. You could put it in, you could list an item on Gumtree, which for all intents and purposes, those people in America, very similar to Facebook Marketplace, very similar to Craigslist. And when you actually listed your item on Gumtree, it actually used to say a little item like listed on eBay for free, because eBay bought out Gumtree and completely trashed it. No way of taking out the competition. So that's what I think is going to happen. That if they're in cahoots with Facebook Marketplace, they may say, "All right, list on Marketplace. Would you like to list on eBay as well?" And then you go from there, which may be problematic for people that source primarily on Facebook Marketplace. So you need to start looking at different sourcing options. So not only are the thrift stores taken out now, possibly Facebook Marketplace as well, especially if they're going to start pushing traffic across to eBay. You have an influx of really shitty sellers. So I think it's going to do more harm for eBay if they're trying to incorporate, hey, you listed it on Facebook Marketplace, now let's push it across to eBay. Personally, what I would like to see is the segregation of saying, as you're flicking through, you might get an eBay ad or something along the lines of that. But everything's eventual. I think it's really going to go the way of Facebook Marketplace. Will have a little button, send it to eBay for free, or pay 15 cents to send it to eBay. And eBay will have a promotions tab called Facebook Marketplace or social media or something to go that way. Quite curious to see that. But let me know in the comment section below, and I don't know if I've done this already, what you think of people just taking really lazy photos, making things. A listing is a bulk lot or a lot, right? So when you put something on eBay, unless it's a variation listing, if I took a photo of all those books there and put them down for $40, the buyer's expecting he's getting all of them for $40. It's not $40 a book. eBay doesn't work that way. You can't just reach out to me and say, "Hey, I want Brothers of Blood. Can you send me that one?" Then I'll just relist it again, and we'll just go back around the circles from that way. That's more and more common on eBay. It's rampant on Depop. It's rampant on Facebook Marketplace. Is it rampant for you? Have you seen it before? And what do you think of it? Do you think it's acceptable? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this already. But let me know in the comment section below what you do think of that. If you're pleased with it, if you do it yourself, what your reasons are behind it. I really don't see any pros to it, but hey, look, I'm always open for ideas. And the last question of the video, and before I wrap it up, how many resolutions for New Year's Eve can you have? Like, how many New Year's resolutions can you have? I've got a video each day for January. To cut out my Diet Coke or cut out soft drinks in capacity. I've done that. I've done the videos a day for January so far. Mightn't be very good, but you seem to be enjoying it for the most part. But my wife thinks she can only have one New Year's resolution. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Me personally is that have as many as you like. I don't particularly care. You're going to break them all anyway, so you might as well do it better and break them all. But anyway, that's enough for us today. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought, what you didn't like, what you did like. How's my little orange balloon going? I know I probably went on a sidetrack and looked off to the fairies and all those different things, but I'm trying to make these videos better for you, so please put in the comment section below what you'd like to see. What can I improve on? Yes, I know you want the octopus back. He's coming, so you don't have to put that down. What kind of content do you want me to stick to? I want to do these videos as kind of like a discussion, kind of a talking head video. Yes, I know that we're going to incorporate reselling, going to incorporate some stories in there, but likewise, tell your own stories. Let me know in the comment section below. Ask questions. I will answer your video. I'll ask you answer your questions in future videos. Let me know a story. If I talk about my ghost house, and if someone reminds me tomorrow, I'll tell the story about my ghost house. There's a lot of stories I've come across over the years. But like I said, I'm trying to make this channel better for you, more engagement. And if, like I said, if it's one video a day is too many, which quite possibly it is, right? I'm getting sick of myself, let alone you guys. But I think from February onwards, I'll probably move it to 3 days a week. Maybe a sourcing video. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sold on those, but you do ask for those. But if that's what you want, I will learn how to do it, then go from that way. But I do like conversing with you. I do like talking to myself in the garage and freaking the neighbors out. So like I said, let me know what I can improve. I'm at your beck and call. So let me know. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.